Hello and welcome to Twilight Sessions. My name is Prophet, and today I have a message for you. So, we're just going to start with a brief story and then we'll get into the tarot reading. But today's video is all about finding treasure. And this was inspired because I watched a treasure hunting movie the other day, which is just some good classic, formulaic, just take me on an adventure story. It was from 2025, it was from this year, called Fountain of Youth or something like that. Anyway, it was fine. I recommend it if you're interested in that kind of thing. But this whole thing got me thinking about hunting for treasure, right? Because I love a good treasure hunting movie. And like treasure hunting stories are something that have been told for eons. So I was kind of thinking, I was sitting on the couch this morning thinking about searching for treasure. And I thought, what treasure am I searching for? What is my fountain of youth or my holy grail? What is my thing that I'm searching for? And I kind of thought of some things that I was like, yeah, I guess I'm kind of technically I'm searching for these things, like financial security and stability, and like, a thriving community that I'm a part of, and, just like these kinds of things, right? Like very kind of mundane material things that are like universal, like health and wealth and happiness, right? But I was like, beyond those things, I'm not like searching for a specific thing. And then I thought, that's kind of what, oh, sorry, we've got Sissy here. She is playing with the crystals on the altar. But that's kind of like what everybody's searching for. I was thinking symbolically, what is every treasure representing? And it's usually security, safety, and being known, right? There's usually some element of like fame, like some treasure hunters are looking for fame. Others are looking for ancient wisdom. There's like all these kinds of like ways that you can look at what treasure is, but they all kind of come down to the same thing, which is security, safety, and being known. And if the treasure that you're looking for is enlightenment, it's still the same thing. The enlightenment is what frees you from desire, which is kind of creating security in your life because you don't worry anymore. So this is what I was thinking about, was like, oh, so this is what I'm searching for in my life, is kind of like security, and to be known, right? Like not in like a famous way, but in like, I just want to be known by those around me. And then I was thinking, these are already true. I was like, wait, I already have these things in some capacity. I have enough money to pay my bills, to feed my cats, and to pay my rent and all this stuff. I have a job that I love. I have many jobs that I love. I have family that loves me. I do have community that loves me. Like, I am not alone out here. And I just have like all of these ways to prove this to myself. Like, I have health, like I'm here, I'm healthy, I'm fine, I'm upright. These cats are really just going crazy with this crystal over here, so it's really cute. But, I kind of like looked at the reality of my life and I was like, I say I'm searching for this treasure and I already have it. And so that's what this video is all about. That's what inspired me to sit down, because I was like, this is so profound, I need to share it. And so my invitation to you is to maybe sit down with a journal or just with your thoughts and ask yourself the question, what treasure am I seeking? And this could be literal treasure. Maybe you actually are a treasure hunter, which awesome. Maybe make a movie about it. I'd love to see it. But maybe you're looking for something physical in the actual world, or maybe you're looking for something that's a little bit more symbolic. So like you're seeking security, you're seeking the perfect job, you're seeking the big following on YouTube or Instagram. Or you're whatever it is that you're seeking, you're hunting for your life partner, or literally anything, the next best idea. But these things they all kind of come down to a feeling. And so what is that feeling that you're trying to find when you find this treasure? Because it's not the actual gold that you're finding, it's what the gold represents, right? Because treasure hunters in these movies, they find the gold and then they become very rich and they buy a house and a Maserati. And, they live happily ever after, supposedly. What's the thing that you're trying to find? And then once you kind of, think about it, and you're like, I'm looking for the perfect job, I'm looking for the perfect partner, I'm looking for the perfect house, the whatever. What is that? It's security, it's safety, it's something that, so fill in the blank for you. You might find that it is safety and security and to be known, or like fame, but fame is really just the desire to be known, to be seen. And I don't think that fame actually scratches that itch, because what you're really seeking is like an intimate connection with someone, people. And those connections can only be found like one-on-one, not from like one on thousands. So ask yourself that question: what is the treasure or treasures that I'm seeking? Then ask yourself, what is like the kind of underlying feeling? Like when you find that treasure, what will be satisfied within you? And then I want you to take it one step further and see where that is already true in your life. So if you're looking for the perfect home, look at the home that you already have and be grateful for the shelter that you have. And like, maybe you can make it more beautiful, and maybe you can make it represent what the place that you're actually manifesting like is going to look like. So if you're like, I want there to be lots of natural light, but you don't have a lot of windows in your space, how can you set up the lighting to kind of evoke natural lighting and to make you feel like you live in a home that has a lot of beautiful light? You know, these kinds of things, right? So like, get creative with it and see how you can invite this energy that you're seeking into your life already, and to see where it's already present. I mean, same thing is true with like seeking enlightenment, of like, all right, so you're seeking enlightenment. What are you doing to find it? You know, like, are you just watching endless YouTube videos? Are you reading endless books? Or are you going inside to find your connection with God? And this is what I've been coming to lately. So I haven't been able to record lately for the past couple of months, is because I've been very much on a journey, aren't we all? And this journey has taken me all sorts of crazy places. But I've started meditating 20 minutes in the morning, right after I get up, and 20 minutes in the evening, right before I go to bed. And I will tell you, I don't understand why. Like, I'm like, why am I doing this? I sit there and I'm like, sometimes most of the time I feel like I'm just sitting there, just waiting for the timer to go off. But I know that even if, sorry, loud truck. There's a lot of construction going on near me lately. I'm sure you can hear it. Part of the fun. But I sit there and I'm like, why am I doing this? But I know that I'm building the habit of sitting there for 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the evening. That in itself is already good. So I'm like, okay, so maybe I don't feel like I'm connecting to God in every meditation, but I'm already setting the foundation to experience that. Because as we know, spirituality is a practice, like everything else in life, so that it's not like a destination where you're going to be like, oh, suddenly I know God. Done, I'm complete now. Like, I don't really think that's how life works, because you're always going to face new challenges. You're always going to have new things to learn. So, you like, just again, think about how you can implement the treasure in your life. Like, you already have the treasure that you're seeking. It is within you. And it is outside of you. Like, you've got the people in your life. You've got the home. You've got the job. Like, you have whatever it is that you're seeking. And if you don't have it, how can you bring that energy into your life? So all of that is kind of the foundation for today's reading. 8 minutes in, sorry about that. So yeah, treasure hunting movies. All right, beautiful. So today's reading is how to connect and find the treasure. Connect to and find the treasure that you're seeking. So, pretty big reading today, actually. As always, we have Archangel Michael and Jesus with us today. I am so grateful to have both of these energies here. Truly powerful and special protectors and teachers with us. So, may this message resonate. And if there are parts that don't resonate, leave it for somebody else. And I know that this video found you in exactly the right time. And thanks for sticking around if you watched that long introduction. Okay, so tell us about finding and connecting to our treasures, our inner treasures, our outer treasures. Mm-hmm. All right. So we have a very interesting reading coming out. So first off, we have the Five of Pentacles. And we see this card pretty regularly on this channel. Five of Pentacles is feeling like an outsider, right? So this wolf here, this wounded wolf actually, it's got a little bloody ankle happening. But this wolf is out in the desolate landscape and it's looking for something. It's looking for treasure, right? And so you might have felt, or you might currently feel, that you are in this desolate land where you're wondering where you're going to find the treasure. There is nothing out here to find. How can you possibly find it? And you might be feeling all alone, you might be feeling wounded, and like you have been forsaken. Now, the thing to remember is that you've never been forsaken, and God will never leave you. God can never leave you. It is not possible to be abandoned by God. And so this energy is about to shift. Very quickly, we've got the Eight of Wands coming up, which is a fast-moving card. It indicates things moving along very quickly. And as always, the energy in your life moves as fast as you want it to. And you are always welcome to slow it down or stop it. You know how to do this yourself, because likely you've been in a position where you have blocked miracles and blessings from coming into your life subconsciously, and you know how to you know how to put up the walls, basically is what I'm saying. So if the energy is moving too fast and you are coming into your new life faster than you're ready for, you can slow it down. But that being said, the energy can be moving quickly. So if you are just done with how things are, you're done with the search, you are done with looking for this treasure, it can move very quickly into the Lover's card. How precious is that? So we go from the Five of Pentacles, wandering around the desolate landscape all alone, feeling like, you're never going to find your treasure, to the Lover's card, which is divine union, and like bringing together two sides of yourself. So we go from wandering the desolate land by ourselves, Jesus in the wilderness for 40 days, to the Lovers. And this is being able to reconcile what was and what is, what you don't have and what you do have, right? So this is being able to recognize the beauty in the pain, right? Like, this sounds so cliche, but there it is. This is being able to find the treasure in the rough, right? You're finding the diamond in the rough. You're finding the gold in the riverbed of rocks. Like, that's what you're finding. You're able to crack the code to realize that it is all one. You already are one. So two becomes one with the Lover's card. The sides are married together, and like union and completion are reached here, which is such a lovely, what a lovely sentiment. So that's kind of phase one of this reading. Now, the loudness. Now, the underlying energies kind of beneath this reading. So we've got the Tower kind of leading to the Five of Pentacles. So what this is telling me is that there have been times in your life, maybe in the past or recently, where things have crumbled and fallen apart. And because of these things, you have felt forsaken, you have felt abandoned and lost. There was a time in my life when I quite literally lost all of my material possessions in a fire. It was very strange, honestly, is really what it was. And so that was a huge tower moment in my life. Like, there genuinely was a before and an after that moment. Like I had a house one day and I didn't have a house the next day. And so that was like such a visceral, physical tower moment. But these moments can take many different forms. But that tower moment, which could have been, maybe like the worst moment of my life, and like in many ways it was a terrible moment in my life, but what came out of it was actually the Three of Pentacles. The realization that I was completely supported and surrounded by people who loved me. Whoa, sorry, we've got some kitty drama happening. Kitty cat. Just a day in the life, So what I'm saying is that the Tower in your life might feel like the end of something. You might have literally lost everything, or somebody very close to you, or a job that you really liked, or it had provided security, or whatever it was. So there was a sense of loss, leading to like this wolf wandering around in the wilderness all alone. But the Tower can also show you how supported and loved you are. So even though I lost everything I owned, down to my underwear, people came out of nowhere to give me things. Like literally, I was at the store buying new underwear, buying new clothes, new pillows, new blankets. Like I had to like buy it all from scratch, and the person behind me in line just decided to put it on their credit card and paid for the entire thing. And like everybody else behind them in line was crying. It was a whole thing. Like we were all crying. Everybody crying. The whole store was crying. And it was like this really sweet moment. Like total stranger. I don't know who they were. I don't even know their name. Sorry. Thank you, stranger. But like the point there is that I was truly held and connected to my community in that moment because everybody in our community was affected by that fire. Like I wasn't the only one who lost my home. Like half the city I lived in lost their homes. Um, and because of that, the entire community got together to support everybody who had lost everything. And so this woman buying me like new clothes and new pillows and stuff, like that was her way of giving back. And I haven't ever seen her again, you know, like it was just that moment, and that was the point. So what I'm saying is that yes, you might be feeling like you're wandering around in the wilderness, or you might have had a tower moment that left you lost, and for me it was like literally a desolate land where there was nothing there, like there was no home, wandering around in like literal ashes. But the community that came from that was so special, and like the life that I was able to build from the ashes was so special, and like I do have a new appreciation for things. So that in itself is a treasure, right? So this is the energy that you might be coming out of, is like this tower leading to desolation. But if you can see that there are those around you who love you, there are strangers who will buy you clothes, there are strangers who will buy you coffee, there are places you can go to get free clothes or free food. If you can't, you know, if somebody in your actual like life, like, you know, a stranger in line at the store isn't going to do it, anonymous strangers have donated to sources that you can get those things, right? So like this is what I'm saying, is like these things are everywhere, they're hidden from view. And I think they, you know, whoever they are, the powers that be, don't want us to understand like the true connectedness of our society. Okay, great. So we've got the Three of Pentacles underneath the Eight of Wands. So I have some incense going, and it's like, it's a little strong. So the Three of Pentacles is helping us move quickly. So we've got our roots all deeply connected together. We've got our community around us. We've got our individual selves deeply connected to and supported by the community around us. And that's helping us to move quickly away from the desolation, away from the loneliness, away from the tower moment that has maybe kept us from growing and from thriving. And once again, we've got the Seven of Swords coming up. So, like, this is kind of another representation of feeling like an outsider. We're going to read the book really quick about the Seven of Swords, which I'm pretty sure I do every time I see this one, so you'd think that I would know it by now. So with the Seven of Swords, we've got sneakiness and aloofness. So the Seven of Swords urges you to confront what you are hiding and why you are hiding it. Sometimes it is wise to go sometimes it is wise to go your own way and separate from the pack. But is it coming from a place of integrity, or is it coming from a place of dishonor? Have you slipped into any dubious mental tendencies such as procrastination or betrayal? And so I think that is such a good reminder. So this card is coming from right beneath the Lovers. And in this instance, I'm seeing this as almost a challenge or a block to the Lovers energy. So yes, we've got all of the energies moving us in the direction of Lovers. So all of the support you need is already there. This card is representing your own internal blocks for the treasure, for the union. All right, and so I think like the language in the book literally says, separate from the pack. We're talking about the Five of Pentacles with the little lone wolf out here. So like this is a physical representation of you wandering out into the wilderness by yourself. Now, as we know, sometimes going off into the wilderness by yourself can be deeply healing, can be a deeply spiritual experience, whether that wilderness is literal wilderness or like, you know, your own internal wilderness, which can be pretty wild. So the question here is, are you separating yourself from the pack because you need that internal, like that time to go inside and like learn from yourself? Or are you doing it because you kind of want to feel sorry for yourself? Like there is almost like a pushing away of support and then taking on a victim mindset to be like, oh, you know, I am so alone, I am so out here by myself. Woe is me, like pity me, poor me. And you know, the lover's energy is right there for you. So all you have to do is shift your mindset to be like, wait, there are all these swords right here. Why am I standing out here by myself? You know, like you could just go join the pack. The pack is right there. So this is like an energy to be aware of. Something, it's funny, right as I was talking about this, there was 2020 on the timestamp, which reminds me of like the year 2020 and having to like be separate from everybody. So there you go. But yeah, so in that instance, that was like separation for a good cause, right? But I would even argue that within that separation, we were able to find ways to connect with people on a whole new level. And whether that's a good thing or bad thing, you know, I don't know. But the point there is that we were not alone, even though it felt like that many times. So the lovers there is there for you, and all you have to do is find it, is to recognize it, is to recognize that the treasure is already all around you. And that just sounds so vague, and I used to hate when people would say that. I hate it when people say like, you just have to. You just have to stop being sad. You know, you just have to figure it out. Just do what you like. Just do what you love. Well, I don't know what I love. Well, you know, what does that mean? And I hate to be that voice of like, but you just have to figure it out. Like, you just have to look around and recognize the treasure all around you. And I think part of this, part of the challenge of finding the treasure is that you don't even know what you're looking for. And so when you're like, I am seeking something so desperately, but you like, if I asked you, what are you looking for so desperately, could you tell me in a single word or in a sentence, a quick sentence, what it is that you're looking for? And I would say that for the vast majority of us, that answer can be summed up as safety and security, which is symbolized right here in our Three of Cups, right? This is a card of coming together. Like, this is a very intimate celebration card. Like, this is three people getting together to have a cup of tea. Like, this is a very, like, this is a holy trinity. You know, this is the most sacred connection, the most sacred union. And this is like the card that comes after the lovers. This is the card that comes after the reading. Like, this is what you're looking for, is the Three of Cups. And the challenge here is to recognize that it's already available. Oh, it's Sissy. She's already here. She's a sunny girl. Oh, there's Jude. Jude's back there too. We've got a black cat this whole time. He's been back there. So anyway, we're surrounded by cats. We have an abundance of cats. Yes, we do. Hi. Oh, she's just so cute. I love this cat. I love this cat. Sorry, kitty break, kitty intermission. Three of Cups is what you're getting. And then the final card for this reading is the Ace of Wands. And this is telling me that the divine spark is right there. So this is the spark of inspiration. This is a new beginning. This is inspiration and like your senses being reawakened. So this card represents the insight you need, and it might be actually this video in itself. This, like, the message, if you haven't already clicked in your head, like, you might wake up tomorrow or in a couple of days and be like, oh, I get it. And you might think of it yourself. You might not even remember that you like this message was planted here. And so it might be like an original thought that you had. Please take it. That's yours. Like, if it finally clicks and you get the spark of inspiration and you're like, the treasure is all around me. That's great. Take it. Like, I don't want to take credit for that. I want you to, this is simply an invitation for you to recognize this in your own life. So there you go, my friends. I hope that made any sense at all. Basically, in summary, your treasure is already with you. You already have your treasure. And the key here is to recognize the places in your life that the treasure already exists, and then use that to expand even more. So the more you see, the more you have. So the more joy you see, the more joy you can have. The more love you recognize, the more love you will feel. And then the Three of Cups is here to just remind you that, like, it is all around you. The Lovers is here to remind you that the two halves of yourself aren't separate, they are one. You are one with the world, you are one with God. excuse me, and all of the hardships that you might have been going through or you might be going through right now are there to help you see that duality is what creates oneness, right? Like two, like good and bad create one thing. There is one thing. Okay, we're getting off into a weird tangent now. That's all, my friends. I hope this message finds you well. I am so grateful that you're here sharing this energy with me and Archangel Michael and Jesus. We are so grateful to have you here with Sissy and Jude, and the other cats too. So with that, my friends, I'll let you get on with your day, with your night. I hope you have a truly blessed day, a truly blessed night, and I look forward to seeing you soon in the next video. Until then, my friend, blessed be and peace go with you. Bye.